Liza with Launch It Girl, and today I'm going to show you our branding board and how to make a branding board of your very own. First of all, you might wonder what a branding board is. A branding board is a visual representation of your business. It's the colors, the words that describe it, the patterns and textures, the logo variations, and the fonts that you use in everything that you create that goes on social media or is printed for your business. So right now you're looking at ours, and you can see the different sections that I just went over. And you'll notice in the colors section, there's letters and numbers here. Those are called hexadecimal codes, and they are used in the web to display specific colors. So this is why it's important to have them on your board. The other thing that it does is tell you what fonts to use. So whenever you're creating social media graphics or you're creating something for print, you can use the same fonts that you have listed here in your typography section. That way you make sure that your brand has a consistent look and feel. Now I'm going to show you how you can create the color scheme for your branding board and for your brand. There's two ways to do this. The first one that I'm going to show you is a free website called imagecolorpicker.com. And this website allows you to upload any image and then get the hexadecimal codes for the colors that are actually in that image. So you can see I uploaded the one of the images from Launch It Girl, and I'm going to click on the different areas in the image, and on the left side it will update with the proper hexadecimal code value. So I clicked on the G here, and then you can see that the code for that is this D20067. So if you have a favorite picture, or if you already have a logo designed but you don't have a branding board and you don't know the hexadecimal values, then you can use this tool to quickly find them. Another way, if you're just starting from scratch and you don't have an idea of what colors you like, you can use Adobe's website, color.adobe.com, and it has this neat little tool called a color wheel. And you use this, you can drag it around and it'll show you color schemes in all the different colors that you want. So if you want a pink and purple, then you can do this. You can move each of these branches around so that you can vary the colors if you want. The further out, the brighter and the darker they are, the further into the circle, the lighter they are. So you can see it changes this the whole time while you're in here, and it puts colors that complement it in the same color scheme for you so that it's easy to pick the one that you want. And then you can adjust also the saturation of it, how light, how dark, in order to create the palette that you want. And you can see at the bottom, here's all the hex values for each of the colors. So what you'll want to do is, once you get the color scheme that you like, you're going to want to write all of these down, because we're going to use them in our next step in order to put them in our branding board so we can use them for our images and for our logo. Now we're going to select the fonts that we're going to use for our branding board. You probably want to use a free tool, or you can actually pay for custom fonts. The one I'm going to show you is a free tool called fontsquirrel.com, and you can download fonts that aren't readily available in your other word processing documents in order to give your brand kind of a unique look and style. So this is fontsquirrel.com, and I'm going to scroll down through here, and I'm going to pick a font that I like, that I think would represent my brand well, and I'm going to download it to my computer. So I find one I like, and then I'm going to click download. It's going to download this font file to my computer, and then once it's downloaded, I'm going to click on it to unzip it, and then double click the folder it went into, and then click the file. As you can see, this one has several variations of it. So you can have a bold, bold italic, the book variation, book italic. So I'm just going to pick book, and I'm going to double click it, and it's going to show me a preview of it, and then I'm going to hit install font. Now the font is installed on my computer, you can see it here, and I can now use it in any type of image editing or word processing that I have on this computer. I can bring this font in and start using it. A good tip to know is sometimes after you install a font, it's best to close everything that you have open. That way the font that's installed will show up when you reopen any application to do editing. Finally, we get to the fun stuff. Now we're going to put everything that we've done already together and start making our branding board. As you can see, I'm on PicMonkey.com. This is a free design tool that's online, and it allows you to create transparent backgrounds and all kinds of things for your graphics and for graphic design. So if you're not an Adobe expert, then this is a great tool for you to use. So the first thing that we're going to do is fill in the colors. So make sure you have your paper or the document that you wrote down all the hexadecimal values so we can start filling out our colors. So to do that, we're going to click over here on the left to this butterfly, and this is going to bring up the shapes, and we're going to choose geometric, and then we're going to choose a circle. Click on that, and it brings the circle in automatically. Now here's the fun part. For the color that's inside of the circle, you're going to click here, and we're going to enter in the hex values that you saved. So for my brand, it's CC0066, and bam, I got my color. It's that easy. So now I'm going to come over here and drag it towards this circle, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so it fits in nice and neat. Okay, and then I'm going to enter in the hex value so that I know when I'm going forward what all I need. So you can pick any font that you want to put in the hex values, or you can see here also it has yours fonts, so you can click on that yours and it's going to show you every font that's installed on your computer, and you can choose one of those. So here's one of my fonts that we use in our branding board. So I'll pick this. I'm going to click add text, and then I'm going to type in here my pound CC0066. So I'm going to capitalize that so it looks all nice and neat. CC0066. That's my color. Now I'm going to decrease my size here. Make it a lot smaller. Select it and make it smaller. Okay, that's too small. Let's go this. Okay. So now I'm going to drag it up right next to this, and I'm actually going to get rid of the pound because we left that there for you so you would know that it was in there. So I got rid of the pound. I'm going to scoot it over, and then there. I have my color and my code right there. So you're going to do that for the rest of the colors that you have left to go on your pattern. And then you have your colors defined and your hexadecimal codes right there. Now for your fonts, you want to do the same thing. Fonts that you've installed are going to be under here, under yours. So I'm going to click add text. You're going to drag this down here and add in your text. So I usually like to type some kind of message. So if I want to put like, your brand is awesome. We're going to resize this because it's obviously too big. Make this like, say, 54. You can type out like a longer sentence so that you can see it. And so you can put your font 1 and font 2 here so we can see the different font that you picked out. The other one that I had in mind was Great Vibes, which is an installed font on my computer as well. So I'll go ahead and add that text so that you can see it. Great Vibes. So see how pretty that is? Now I have my fonts in place. I'll have my colors in place. The next thing that you want to do is put your adjectives. So the words that describe your business, you can do that in the same way by just adding text and putting it in here. I like to use as many words as possible to describe your business. And think back to your Define Your Brand workbook if you filled that out, and put in the things that you've described your brand as. The other thing that you can do is patterns and textures. If you'd like to do a web search for different patterns that you like that are similar to your color scheme, you can come in here and add them in these blocks as well to finish out your branding board. So the next step that I'm going to show you is how to create a text-based logo, and then we're going to place it in here. Show you how to make a text-based logo if you need a logo and you don't have one yet. If you already have one, then you can skip this step and we will put it into your branding board in the next step. So real quick, the first thing that you want to always do if you're creating any type of images that are going to go on your website, especially for logos, you want to make it a transparent canvas. So you'll see over here, you just click that box that says transparent canvas and then click apply. and then it's going to look like this checkerboard, and that just means that there'll be no color behind it whenever you're going to actually create your logo. So the only thing that'll be behind it will be the text that you create, and then you can put that on any color and it won't have a background to it. So I'm going to click on the text over here to create my logo, and I'm already on yours because I used that. So let's just use Great Vibes, and I'm going to say add text. So I'm going to type in my name, Liza. Okay, and then if I want to use specific colors, I can highlight it and then use the hexadecimal values that I showed you earlier to type in here and just hit enter, and then there's my name branded and in the color that I want. So I'm just going to drag this up here to the corner, and I'm going to close this file, and then I'm going to resize my canvas because obviously I don't need all of this extra space. So to do that, you're going to use the crop tool over here on the left. So I'm going to click the crop tool, then I'm going to click crop, and I'm going to drag this. You want to get as close to the edge as you can, and then I'm going to make this box small. So you want to get to all the edges, that way you don't ever have any extra space for when you want to put your logo inside of different things. So I'm going to size it the way I want, and then I'm going to hit apply, and then there's my logo. So now I'm going to save this to my computer so that I can use it. And I can just type in here in the file name, Liza logo, and save it to my computer. So now I have it in my computer, and the next thing we'll do is attach it to our branding board. Show you how to put the logo on your branding board and put it all together. The first thing that you need to do is come over to the left and click the overlays, and then you can see at the top you have a choice to choose your own. So we're going to choose our own from our computer. This is our logo file that we saved. I'm going to double click it, and you can see it brings it into the branding board. So we can put our main logo here on top. We can resize it by clicking the corners and dragging it so it looks nice and pretty. And then you can also keep adding it in to make variations. So you can make your logo in black, and also in maybe some of the other pinks or grays, or you can play with it and make maybe your first name the gray color and the last name the pink, or vice versa. So that is how you would put your logo into your branding board. So once you put your variations in and you've filled out your adjectives, you've got your colors, all the hex codes, and you've put your font down here, make sure you always type in the font name and then some sample text. That way you can see what it looks like, and then you are ready to use your branding board for your business.